All righty, and we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here today, aka Boudreaux or Boudluquette. That part's gone right there. That's the cooking channel. Trying to get that getting back, going back up. It's over 3 years old now, and I hadn't paid much attention to it, but it's coming. I mean, we got access back to it again, which I could always get it, but I put off on it for some reason, and busy with the coin channel, I guess. So anyway, we got Mr. Russ Jones today with us again. Hey, Rocky. Hey, Russ, how you doing, mon ami?
Doing good. How you doing, Boo?
Oh, can't complain, man. Happy as a lark. Still hurting, but it's getting better. The soreness is going away day by day.
Good deal. Glad to hear it.
Big Dog Leather, what's up, mon ami? So what you been up to all week?
Not a whole lot of nothing, man. Just trying to stay warm. This temperature's cold here this morning. It was almost at freezing. The heater was running, and just I haven't had a lot going on. I'll shoot a video sometime this week coming into probably about Wednesday. I'll shoot a video and get it out, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're going to be talking about your latest video on your ribs, and we'll be highlighting that, sharing the link to that, uh, and talking about it. Let people, the other people, see what's going on over there in Mississippi, and the video was shot in Mobile, Alabama, but it's still
Yeah.
it's still Mississippi going zones.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, Rocky, how you doing today, bud? Big Dog Leathers in the house. Good seeing you again, man. I hadn't seen you in a little while. Raising Cajun Garage. In fact, I forgot to send Raising a link. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Instead of going through the StreamYard doing it, let StreamYard do it. I'm going to do it myself. I sent Big Rob a link also a few hours ago.
I sent you an email. I don't know if he's gonna be in here or not, but he asked me was we going live. But last week, Sam from Outdoor in Maryland or
Right.
Maryland Outdoors.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I don't know if he'll be in here or not, but if he is,
Oh,
I
okay.
sent you his email address anyway. If he does pop in here.
Oh, okay, good. All right, that's Raising. I can't believe I forgot about Raising Cajun, my Louisiana cousin. Okay,
Jack
let me get
Daniel
to this
Ribs.
part right here. There we go. We got that done. Okay, boom. Outdoors in Maryland. Speak of the devil, there he is. You talked him up.
There he is. What's up,
Let me
Sam?
let me check my email here. Uh,
Yeah, I sent you his email address. It's outdoors in Maryland at gmail.com. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's probably posted on his channel. It's probably no big deal. Mine is the one that I have. Hey, Missy.
yeah, we made a video a while ago. Not gonna say exactly what it is, but it had something to do with cooking.
Oh, okay.
So
Good deal.
so that's getting uploaded to YouTube, and then I'm gonna. There's Raising Cajun. What's up, mon ami?
What's up?
Not too much. How about you two?
Just hanging out today. Not much.
Yeah, I was late coming in backstage. I went to just do a restart on the laptop, and it said, restart with update. So I'm like, okay. I didn't know it was going to take 30 minutes. It kind of took me by surprise. It never takes that long. Hey, Money Maniacs. All right, no problem, dude.
I'm gonna mute myself for just a minute.
Okay, yeah. I heard the phone ring. So let's see. We got Rocky Big Dog Leather, River Rat. What's up, River Rat? Oh, he's got to be in Louisiana. I think I asked him at what part of Louisiana he was in or something at one time. The best Cajun cook on YouTube. That's right. But we fixing to throw up some more videos on pretty soon here on What's Cooking with Cajun on that channel.
Right.
In fact, that right there, that's the channel name, What's Cooking with Cajun. And then, it does have 2 question marks behind it, but y'all can look it up like that and it'll pop up on YouTube. Yeah, Alabama. That's right. Alabama. I've been on the Alabama waterways myself. You could almost call me a river rat when I was living in Alabama. Bayou rat. I was in Bayou Battery I was at for a few years, on and off with Mississippi and Alabama. Excuse me, man.
Sorry about that. That was my son.
Oh, Derek. Okay.
Yeah, he rebuilt the carburetor on a 4-wheeler and got it all put back on. He said it's running better, but it's not wanting to idle. He said I guess he Googled something that said run the screw out, then back in, or in, and then back out. And he said, regardless of what he does, it's not changing the idle. I'm like, dude, I don't work on 4-wheelers. I couldn't tell you.
Well, the idle circuit in that car is clogged up. That's what it is. Now, if he just wants to idle like a high-speed idle, they have a screw on there. Most of them do.
Yeah, well, against the lever.
Yeah, right.
That's what I told him. I said, to adjust that screw, push it in. That should push your lever to give you a little bit more gas and idle it up, And I said, outside of that, I can't tell you, man. You're in Mobile. I'm here. I can't even look at it.
Right. Well, if he does that and it still doesn't want to idle right, then he'll have to take the carb apart again and do an ultrasonic cleaning on it. And that gets every little piece of trash and gum, like say it's sat for a while, a long time, with old gas in it, and it smell like varnish, Yeah. You gotta do your ultrasonic cleans on those. We do that all the time at the shop.
I was gonna say that company I've been working with, they just sent me a big commercial mixer. It's still in a crate in here. They sent me that dough sheeter I've been using on some of the pizza related videos. And then they sent me an ice machine, and they have one of those ultrasonic vats like you clean parts with.
Right.
I might have to
check into that. Yeah.
Check into that. I don't know what I wouldn't use it very often, but he could use it,
We got one that's how many liters is that thing? 3 liters, I think. Something like that. It's damn good. We can put, we can tear a 4-barrel off of a outboard engine. The V4s.
Yeah.
They got 2 barrels on most of them, or 3 2 barrels, and we'll take and those are wide, that wide, and we take those apart, and both of those ends. I mean, the whole car fits in that ultrasonic cleaner.
Gotcha.
That's how much room they got, and it's deep too. And they run about $70, $80 at Harbor Freight. We got the Harbor Freight version because we had good luck with them. Friends of mine had good luck, and the reviews on them. And if it does break down in 10 years, takes a dump or whatever, well, just go get another one.
Right. Man, we had a chance to go over to Harbor Freight yesterday. Did a walkthrough video, and guess what I did? When I got back to the truck, I deleted the video before I could upload it.
Oh man.
I'm like, man. 35-minute video gone. Just like that.
Oh. God. And you
I've done
probably didn't
stuff
want to
like
go back in because they probably thought you might have been stealing something or something.
A couple of employees, they were looking at me, and I was just talking away at the phone. They knew what I was doing.
yeah.
I wasn't bothering none of their employees. I wouldn't bother none of their customers.
Right.
I was trying my hardest not to get any of their customers or employees in the video, so they didn't say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I do one in a public area, I try not to get people's faces, you know.
Yeah.
I really don't have much equipment left over here, Sam. Most of my stuff is over there at my son's house where we shoot videos, but some things are here that they just have to stay here. I need to find out somebody around my area that's got a wood chipper. I got a box full of this wood right here.
Is that buttonwood?
This is buttonwood.
Yeah,
Comes from South Florida, and it
Right.
grows in the Caribbean. And that's what Loderman Jack uses to smoke his mullet with. But I'm looking at them little Big Chief smokers, them real cheap things. I think they only cost like $140, and just something dedicated to smoke fish with. And I need wood chips, so that way they got a little pot, and you can sit there and smolder that chips. Burn the chips in the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to buy a chipper because that's probably the one and only time I'd ever need it.
Right.
I just need to find somebody that's got one. Let me run that box of wood through it, turn it into chips.
Get you a nice, short, very short hatchet.
Yeah, we got all that, but I was trying to avoid all that if I could. But if I have to, between a chainsaw and an axe, I'll get it done. We got
a little hatchet to do it,
Yeah. I tell you what,
once you hit it, it's going to fly apart, and then you got to pick it up and all that. So a wood chipper would be a lot nicer.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting ready to order. And matter of fact, I bookmarked the website earlier. It goes on like a cordless drill, and it looks like a cone. It comes to a sharp coin.
Oh,
it's like that.
I've seen those advertised. Me and Johnny one the other day,
and that wood just splitting like crazy. I could probably use that.
Yeah, that works good.
Yeah, the wife bought one, and I think it really does work good.
Yeah,
I think Harbor Freight's got them.
Well, the website I looked at earlier, I think I'll look at Harbor Freight because they want $29. I think it comes with 2 of them in the arbor and everything.
And that little adapter and all. Yeah, right.
But I'd pay that. I got some Craftsman cordless. I got a cordless impact and a cordless drill. That little impact with that on there, or even the drill. Yeah.
Well, the drill would be better because you wouldn't need the impact on that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't need many wood chips each time I use it, but I want that little. Right. I'm gonna buy that little smoker, and I want it to be a dedicated smoker just for doing fish because I don't want to stink the rest of my smokers up.
Right. Yeah, we got some cold weather coming. Oh, I looked at the thing last night, and it was showing 20 degrees for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
For the morning low, and hardly above freezing. Okay, for the high for Christmas Eve. We're supposed to go to my mother-in-law's for Christmas Eve. They got doing a big old shrimp fry and fish fry and a shrimp sauce. I guess Missy is going to do the shrimp sauce. Etouffee Creole kind of hybrid. That's a recipe me and her came up with. We used her recipe, part of her recipe and part of mine, and come to a good understanding on it. And we just called it a hybrid, between a Creole and a.
Does Missy got a good recipe for sauce piquant?
Yeah, but it's right there in her head.
I got you. There's a
chipper right there.
Yeah, it's $5.99. I've seen some on Amazon just for like garden type, little small scale for like $150 earlier. But
okay.
I think I'll just get that little drill bit thing and see how that goes. It'll get it small enough. But
well, I tell you what, that pellet outfit you got in that video, that is some fine right there, and it's big. I
Oh,
like
that
that.
my pellet grill? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one there. It's
Yes.
Lone Star Grills. That thing's built to last 3/16 steel
I
off
saw that.
that whole
Man.
cooking chamber. It's
Hmm.
it's heavy for a pellet grill. Very heavy. It does good. That thing puts more smoke out than any pellet grill I've ever seen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In
Now
fact,
the competition's catching on though. A lot of them, kind of like Camp Chef, they just come out with that one. It's got a little drawer you pull out, and you can add wood chunks or wood chips into that to give it more smoke. And most people up to nowadays always had to put a smoke tube in there or something to get extra smoke. But shoot, that Lone Star grills, they don't need it. It's the way they trick that control head into thinking it's an offset smoker. It's constantly smoking. It don't matter if you're at 350 degrees. Most of them won't have any smoke at 350. This thing's chugging along, man, like a choo-choo train. What's up, Sam?
What's up?
hey Sam, how you doing, mon ami?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me all right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just sitting down, chilling out, getting ready to hit the sack in about an hour.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're early to bed, huh?
I get up. Monday's my long day, so I get up about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I was
What
thinking,
do
say you
what
go
do
to
you
bed
do?
before the chickens.
What do you do exactly, Sam? You deliver stuff or
Yeah, I've been a bread man for 26 years. So when you go to Walmart, you see all that great value bread up there.
yeah.
Walmart's one of my bigger customers, but
Okay.
Oh, okay.
26 years. I wish I could be like you, Russ, and just live off YouTube, man.
One day, man.
One day.
I'm barely living off of YouTube. I'll tell you that. I worry from month to month if I'm gonna make enough to pull it off again. Like,
You must
geez.
have a high style of living, high maintenance.
No, I don't have many bills at all. That's the reason I can do it on YouTube. It's the
Yeah,
only reason.
that's true. Hey,
But
Tommy Hamlin. If I could spit it out, I
I'm gonna
want to
see
say
if I can
ham.
see.
I got them
Oh,
gums still bothering me there. So,
oh.
I can
oh,
I
knocked
can
himself out by accident.
I can draw my Social Security in a year from now. I just turned 64, so I can get it at 65.
Right. Oh, yeah, and it pays to wait on that too.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry about that.
That's all
Oh
right.
no, I figured you hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I did. I was sitting down here looking at the chat and to see if I can't see the chat, so I was it's no really big deal. I got it right here on my phone. I'm good.
Well, if you hit
Okay.
that up at the top right where it says comments,
Yeah, I got it.
it'll open that
He's on
sidebar.
He's on the phone.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
you're
it
on
on the phone.
Oh, you're on a phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
but,
actually good.
okay. Yeah, but where's your you on the laptop right now, right?
I'm on iPad.
Okay.
iPad on StreamYard?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the
He's
pads are
doing.
different. The pads are different on chats.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
He must be doing the
the
same thing I'm
phones.
doing.
Yeah, he's doing two devices.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Have you
Yeah.
ever watched any of Sam's videos, Boo?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. Plenty
Oh.
of them, especially with Miss Rachel,
Rachel.
Captain
Yeah.
Rachel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because I was telling the wife. She goes, "What? Who's that?" I said, "Don't you remember Cajun Coins?" I said, "So I like my music and stuff. So I try to do both of my channel. I try to do a target. So this whole thing with YouTube is really just trying to find a target audience, somebody that that you can kind of target
Relate to. Yeah.
And I was having I'm a metalhead. I'm an old school metalhead kind of, and a lot of my friends they love the fish hunt, all the stuff that I like doing, but like the music I did. So I thought maybe there's an audience out there for that. Man, I'm just having such a crappy time with copyright issues and stuff. So
Yeah.
I kind of nixed that. But I really, I kind of lost my train of thought right there. What was that question you just asked? My mind went to music.
Oh, I was asking him, has he ever seen your videos? And he said, yeah, he's seen plenty of them. Yeah.
I did a live stream, and I put the stream, and he came up, and we actually watched him and them guys play a bunch of. They were playing banjos and all. Remember that? You guys came up on the live stream. It was
Yeah,
real late one night.
that was Johnny on the accordion, and forget who was on the guitar.
we were on a metal show and we had Louisiana music playing on there, so it was kind of cool, kind of fun.
Yeah. That was what, about 4 or 5 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, it was during the summertime. We were out
Yeah.
sitting out in the crab shack, just kind of chilling out. I just put that crabbing video out. I'm getting ready. I'm thinking about doing a couple live streams because we're supposed to be January, but in February I'm getting ready to have my knee replaced. So I'm sitting there going, all right, maybe I'll set up some live streams later on in February, March while I'm rehabbing and stuff. Try to get as many videos as I can get together before then. So hopefully that'll last through winter.
Oh yeah. Did you say you just dropped another crab video?
Yeah. This was back a video from October. That was actually the last time that I've been on my boat.
Do you know if I watched or commented? It might have got by me.
No, I just put it out like yesterday. I think.
Oh no, it did get by me. Okay, I'll have to look for it.
I kind of stole Jarrett from Jarrett's one of them channels from Outside the Levees. I watch his videos a lot.
Oh, I do too. I watch all of them. Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out how to keep people on the video a little bit longer after that 30 seconds, I did a couple intros. So I think kind of ripped off Jarrett's intro. Kind of doing this, to be kind of like, just kind of, you'll see you'll see what I mean. I think it's working.
I'll tell you the truth. It don't matter what I do. It kind of goes back to what you was just saying. You've got to target certain people that really enjoy the kind of videos we do, and then they'll sit there and watch the whole thing with no issue. But you got so many people that jump in there and they take a look and they're right back out. And I don't think you'll ever weed them out. It's just part of it,
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what I do, how good a video is. I average about 50% retention. That's the average. There's certain people watch it all the way through. Other people watch maybe the first minute. So, but it averages out about half the videos actually being watched.
Well, that's good. That they said
that's a good percentage.
Yeah, that's my target, is try to get at least half the people all the way through the video.
Yeah, at least half. Anything lower than that, then I'll tell you something else that can cause that to where you're not getting good retention is if Google picks it up. And what I mean, YouTube is owned by Google, but I'm talking about actually going into Google search and not YouTube search. That's people searching for a certain thing. They find what they're looking for and they're out of there. You don't have hardly any retention. You get a lot of views if it ever picks it up in their algorithm. It's separate. Even though Google owns YouTube, it's still two separate entities, two separate search engines, and so you really want to tailor your video for YouTube to recommend it and not so much search, even though search is very important. You want both, but now how to do that, I don't know, man. I've been doing this over 10 years. I'm still working on trying to figure things out,
Well, with Google, it's like if you say you make a rib video and you get, say, 10,000 views in 2 weeks. And I got a rib video, which I do. I got several of them. And I only get like 2,000 views in a couple of weeks. Well, the more views you got on there, it's better for you because Google's going to recommend the channels with the most views.
YouTube will. Yeah, they'll recommend it.
I mean, YouTube and Google, though, like a Google search.
Yeah, Google search.
Because it's going to pop up YouTube like how to cook ribs, video on cooking ribs. If you Google search it like that, it's going to bring you to the video parts, the YouTube videos. Yeah. And it's going to line them up, from like the best down to mid-grade.
Right. What's making that harder nowadays is there's so much competition out there. Man, ever since COVID in 2020, man, it's just so many people started channels, and I feel it. I feel it. It's like, good gracious, it's like fighting through a swamp trying to help.
I've noticed that about a lot. New channels starting up with things, and they have in their mind like, hey, I can make money on YouTube. Yeah, but you're not going to start making money on YouTube right away with a brand new channel.
A lot of people figure that out
You know?
real quick, you know.
Yeah. And
It's a long game, man. It's a long game.
That's
the Filipinos, they make money on YouTube, but they have a lot of like introduction channels, you know, like sub channels, you know, get subs and all that, and YouTube kind of frowns on that, you know, sub for sub and all that stuff.
I would never risk my channel over. I call that cheating. You know, when you're paying for subs and views and all that.
No, not paying for them. No, I ain't talking about that. There is a scam out there that you can buy subs and likes, but YouTube doesn't like that at all.
No,
YouTube frowns on sub channels. It's I forget what they call those channels.
I don't know.
But it's actual channels like me, you know, hey, you know, like come in and make new friends. That's what the titles are. And you know, some people get like 200 or 300 people watching those live streams, and they clicking on everybody, adding, subbing to everybody, and then people are subbing you because now the host is doing, hey, y'all grab these people. Hey, Cajun Coin Hunter's a good guy. Grab him. You know, he's French like us in Canada. They had one of those channels, the Canadian guys and his wife, they were French and spoke French, you know. They had me on live for a little while, and we was talking a little French. It was like, grab this guy. Yep, man, he's got a great channel, which I know the guys, the people, the husband and wife team. I know them. I knew them before they started that sub channel, whatever, sub for sub channel.
Yeah, I can't stand that sub for sub. That is useless.
I got mine the old-fashioned way. It's
right. You get it organically.
Time. Yeah.
The chances are a lot of who subbed you are really going to enjoy your content and watch it.
Right.
They're not going to sub just because you sub them. That ain't worth a flip. Right. It don't mean nothing.
They'll sub you, but YouTube would take them out at a certain point in time because they're not watching your content.
Yeah.
I got to lean off the dock for a minute, so I'll be back in a sec.
All right.
Hey, Russ, have you figured out how now you got so many, you probably with as many subs as you got, but you know, for me, you know, they said it would just start snowballing in a way. And so as I was getting close to 3,000, where I would just normally maybe get 1 or 2 subs a day, you know, a good day would be maybe 3 or 4. And as I was getting closer to 3,000, it seemed like, I mean, one weekend I got like 30, and then I was getting more, and then it kind of just stopped again where I'm getting 1. But can you explain how I'll sit down there and you'll see you got a sub, and all of a sudden it takes it away. You'll go up there, you get like 2 or 3, they take like 2 away.
Well, it might not even be them taking it away. Now, YouTube will do what they call a purge every now and then, and they get rid of like dead accounts or multiple accounts or anything like that. They try to make it real, you know, really what you're seeing is what you got. And so I've had as many as 200 purged for me overnight before. And then turn around. I mean, I still, man, that's what I can't understand. I average anywhere from 50 to 70 subs a day. And, you know, but I don't never get the views to justify that. I do every now and then. It's like, why are they even subbing if they're not going to watch?
Right.
But YouTube's bad about sending notifications out, which I don't
go click it.
I don't go by notifications. What I do is I go to any page on YouTube, I go to the left-hand side and I click on subscriptions. Anybody I'm subscribed to will show up on that page every day. And it changes throughout the day. Let's say you post a video at 7 o'clock. Well, at 7 o'clock, I can click on that. Boom, there it is. Oh, Sam just released a video. I'm in the habit of doing that daily because I watch so much at YouTube, you know. And if I get all the notifications, it clutters my email up so bad, I just can't keep up with nothing then. So
that's all I did today, Russ. I literally got up this morning, turned on the TV. I sat on that couch and did. I mean, I really did. I was actually watching some of your older videos, the etouffee, the crawfish.
Oh,
from 9 years ago. I was watching that, some of your older videos. Because when I found you before So when we first started talking, because you were doing the Dungeness crabs, and I asked you, man, you just boiled them to get all that flavor in there, and then you took them out and you put them in a wok to cook them. I was like, oh, if you just put all that flavor there, why are you doing it? So it was a technique.
Yeah.
And before YouTube really got big and everybody started watching YouTube, the only way I could get YouTube is get the Roku stick.
Okay.
So going through the streaming channels, that's how I found your Smoky Ribs barbecue through the Roku.
Okay.
And so the first recipe we did was the garlic shrimp. A lot of garlic.
So good.
Yeah.
A lot of garlic.
Yeah, you talking about the Vietnamese style, like I
Wait,
did?
That's the one you did on your sailboat.
Well, you talking about the one I did on my sailboat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Last year I did that Vietnamese, and it gets a lot of garlic, but it gets a lot of the other Asian stuff. That's good. That's the way I did the Dungeness. You know, I got all when I boiled them, I had a mixture of Cajun and Vietnamese things going on with the lemongrass, Cajun seasoning, all that, and let them sink. They flood in with that. And when I cooked them in that wok, all I was basically doing was coating them with that butter with more flavor. They still had all that flavor in them, but I was adding more flavor. Absolutely fantastic, man. I love that method. And that's what I did those shrimp last year over at Derek's place. Like, man, people just need to try this. You know?
Well, we have this year, because of the gas prices, down in Ocean City, Maryland, right off the Atlantic coast, there's a crab there, and they look like Dungeness. They're called the Atlantic red crab.
Yeah.
So they're almost like maroon looking, some of them. They're like real big maroon, but they're like real.
Yeah. I think you were telling me about the red crabs.
And I was looking so forward because I have to drive to Ocean City, which is probably about an hour and a half drive. But I don't know until they come in from the boat. You know what I mean? They're really coming straight off the boat. And it's only like $5 a pound for them, which isn't too bad.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to try them. And boy, if I can get them, I got two things I want to send you. That would be the crab, and I'm definitely sending you a snakehead. It's just the cost. Yeah. It's just the cost. What it's going to cost. I think I'm going to fillet it and send you the fillets instead of sending you the whole fish.
Right.
But right now with the cold weather, them things are pretty much stuck in the mud.
Yeah. Yeah. You could get one of those, like if you order some meat from somebody or whatever, save that little styrofoam in the box, and you could repackage it in there, get some dry ice at Walmart, drop enough in there and have it overnight. It's going to be a little pricey to do it, but it would be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because I would definitely plan a video for it. What's the way you prepare it? The best way, fried or boiled, baked?
No, I tell you what. I just put I'm do it Maryland style. I just put a bunch of butter with Old Bay, cook it until it's done, and you'd be surprised how.
I mean, what cooking method do you use?
Stick it right in a frying pan with butter. Just right in a regular pan.
Then what I would do is blacken it like we do redfish or catfish, because that's more or less a cast iron type thing. You use a lot of butter with a good blackening seasoning. And I love it, man. That's one of my favorite ways to eat fish. You know?
These are going to be, I wouldn't say this is going to be like a flaky fish. It's more, I wouldn't say steaky either. It's a little bit more firm. You're going to really like it for a fresh fish. You're going to be really surprised how good it is.
It's kind of like a fork tender pork chop.
Kind of like shark, I would think. Like black tip. Yeah, I love
tuna.
Marinating. I'll marinate.
So firm.
I'll take those little black tips. Derek, he worked on a shrimp boat with a good buddy of mine, and he come back, man, they were gone 30 days, and he had, I shouldn't even be saying this online, but they wasn't exactly legal size, but they were black tips, and he had, they hit them, you know. I'm saying too much already, but anyway, he took those, and I filleted them out, and them fillets were this long. I could cut them in half, so one shark would be 1, 2, 3, 4 fillets, and I'd put them in a Ziploc bag overnight with zesty Italian dressing, and I'd grill them. Man, that was some fine eating doing it like that. Let that Italian dressing pull a lot of that gamey flavor out of it, you know. But they were young, so they were really good.
As soon as I catch a shark, if I'm going to eat it, I'm gonna cut its tail off
Oh, yeah, to bleed it
and
out.
hang it over. Yeah, bleed it out. You
Yeah.
know, I won't eat it short if I didn't bleed them out.
Yeah.
That's
You
where
know,
you get that real gamey taste at.
there's a lot of fish like that. Even a lean or lemon fish, you need to
Yeah,
bleed them
ling.
out. All
Yeah.
they all got a strong bloodline.
Cobia, ling, lemon fish, and I think there's another name for it too.
Yeah, we've caught them all the above. I
Yeah.
gotta grab a beer. Be right back.
All right.
It's a work night
Hey,
for me.
Miss Wanda, how you doing? Marines and Army Mom, Miss Wanda, hello.
Yeah, that's
So
Yeah, I don't really-
is y'all still crabbing right now, or it done
No.
slacked off because of the cold weather?
yeah. Well, the cold weather, but December 15th our season ends.
Oh, y'all have a season on them. Okay.
Yeah, we got a season on blue crabs. It starts
Oh,
April
okay.
1st. But really on April 1st, the weather needs to get up around, and it definitely needs to get in the 60s. 65
Right.
for the crabs starts showing up. The commercial guys go out there, the potters most likely will probably get them first. You know, they'll start a little bit further down south in the Chesapeake Bay, like around Virginia.
Yeah,
Area.
where the waters are more warmer because of the Gulf Stream and stuff going
Yeah,
up that way.
But no, it's the season's closed. I mean, I do have like 3 other videos of crabbing. I finally took some 2 YouTubers and a friend of mine. You know, everybody asks me every year, "Hey, can we go crabbing? Can we crab with you?" And then most of the time they don't. You know, they never come. You know, and then to take a spot away from my wife is like, it's. To take a spot away, because I tell you what, you talking about it. If there's anything my wife likes doing, that is, she loves crabbing, and she will go. I mean,
I can tell. I've watched y'all's videos. She loves it as much as you do.
she loves it more than I do. Because I mean she'll do all the work. I mean, her hands will be sore from pulling traps. Now I cut the season early on the 11th because I was just having such. My knee was giving. This is how bad it is that when you literally are taking your days off just to heal, just so you can go to work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's all I was
Been
doing.
there, yeah.
Right.
Crabbing has always been more enjoyable to me than even fishing. I love to fish.
Yeah.
But crabbing, man, we used to, and I don't know why I don't do it now more often now that I'm retired. I could go to any of these piers over here and just throw the nets over. And you ain't got to have a license for nets. I mean, I have a professional license, but yeah, no saltwater license required for nets. Now, crab pods, you do have to have license, a recreational crabbing permit. And then I think you only can have like 6 pods or something like that.
I forget what it was in Mississippi.
But man, you can have 20 nets out on a pier, you know, and do it all day long and come back with a whole ice chest full of crabs. Don't cost anything but your nets and your chicken necks or whatever you use, you know.
Yeah, up here I think we're allowed with no license. You're allowed 10 traps, you know, like the little box traps that I'm usually using.
I'd like to have some of those. I'm gonna have to buy some.
You're allowed 10 of those, and you're only allowed to like keep 2 dozen of crabs, and you don't have to have a license up here.
So there's a limit on them too. Then,
but I mean, it's only $5 for a crabbing license.
Oh yeah.
That's cheap.
Maryland had to get cracked down, I reckon, with some regulations because they just about wiped their crab population out back when, you know. So.
Well, we were allowed 2 until this year. We were allowed per boat per license. So if me and her have a license, we can actually have 2 bushels of crabs if we want them. We can catch them. We're limited to one bushel now. We can only have 1 bushel as a recreational.
Right.
The commercial, she's only allowed like 4 bushels of males, like one or 2, 1 bushel of sooks, females. Yeah, so they really, you know, with the gas prices going up, and now this didn't start until August, I think, September, where they limit what they can actually catch. And that's, you know, really stinks for them.
Okay. Yeah, I should go more often, man. It's really been a long time. I don't know. It's nothing. Get in my truck and go. I haven't done it in a while, but I love doing it.
Go do it, man. I like to see a video. You steam
Yeah.
them or boil them. I want real. We tried to do crawfish up here in Maryland, and it was just a crap show. That's all I can say.
Really?
Boiling,
Yeah.
doing it the way, I really, because it tastes, the crawfish taste, if they taste kind of fishy, then you didn't do it right.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, I need somebody down there, like one of you guys, to show me, or at least let me go down and eat some real
They got to be
crawfish.
very much alive first thing, and then
They were alive. We purged them and everything.
Okay.
We had them
Yeah.
sent up from Louisiana.
I'll be darned. I don't know, but those are my best videos of those kind of videos. But I do need to revisit. One of the best crab videos I've ever done is that boiled versus steamed, where I'm acting like Forrest Gump at the beginning of it. And, and my son's like, "You ain't gonna leave that in the video, are you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in the video." I'm glad I did. People got a kick out of it. A lot of people did. Some people probably like dislike, but who cares? But at any rate, that video did well. It still gets views, I said I need to double down on that and do another boil versus. I think I kind of ripped people off because at the end I couldn't say which one I liked better because I was dead serious. They both good, man. I'd eat any one of them. There wasn't much difference in them. One had a different flavor profile, more of the Old Bay flavor, where the other one had the Cajun seasonings. But shoot, I wouldn't turn either one of them down,
Now, was the crab meat, now when you boil them and you steam them, does the crab meat come out the same? Because I would think boiling them, it would make them like mushy.
No.
If you boil them right, and if you watch that video, you'll see how I did it. I only boiled them for like 3 minutes. Then I turned the fire off and let them sit in that hot water, and I let them go for like another 6 minutes. So it's a total, and it's still cooking. Even though the fire is off, it's still cooking. Then I put the boil balls and cooled that pot on down, stirred them and all of that. And man, they were perfect. I even showed in that video. Now the boiled was a little bit more moist, but it's not like much difference at all from steam. Steam's moist too, but that boiled water actually gets in there. That's how the seasoning gets into the meat. Whereas steaming, I think it's more on your fingers, unless you clean it first. If you clean it and all that and then steam it, yeah, you're getting the seasoning right on the meat, But there's not enough difference to even talk about, really. My experience with it, they're both good. But I like steaming. It's a lot quicker, and it is less expensive. You don't have to have as much stuff to put in like you do on a boil, Yeah. I'm good either way. But,
hey guys, that link I got down here that I posted in chat, that is for outdoors in Maryland right there. That guy right under me right there.
Yeah,
y'all go check him out.
He's got some really good content. If you've if you've never seen Trot Lining done for blue crab, check that video out. He's got a bunch of them on there. That's how I found. Well, no, you found me first, and then when I went to look you up, I said, "Oh crap, look at this!" And I had heard of it because my son Derek was wanting to do it here before I even knew who you were. He had done seen something on YouTube. Oh man, I know what I want to do. Like that. He never did it, but he talked about doing it.
Yeah. Well, Rachel, she's out right now. Her and her husband are out. They're oystering every day. They're out there with, dragging. That's something to see. So I think I'm gonna be able to go out with them. Dave don't like to be on camera. He don't like to be on camera. So
yeah,
it's just letting me go out there and just stay out of their way while they're up there, because when you're there, it seems you're in this one. They tell you where you're allowed to go basically, and then you have like 20 to 50 boats in one area, literally. Turning around each other. I mean, just
dang.
So I should be going out with her soon to be able to get an oyster video from her. So that'd be cool.
I'd like to see that.
Heck yeah. We used to oyster off at Telegraph Reef right below right about past Christan and that area there.
Good oysters in there.
Yeah, and those oysters eat that year for that season, and probably a few seasons before too. If you eat them raw, those raw oysters off of Telegraph, and Telegraph has the most population of them. Is they have a little orange worm in the
Yep.
oyster. If you pop them open and you get that oyster lip right there, that feathered edge,
Mm-hmm.
kind of scallop feathered edge, you look under there, you'll see them. Whoa, boom, boom,
Whoa.
boom, 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 boom. Tarek
Nice
with
job.
a $20 super chat. Man, appreciate it,
Nice.
Tarek. Nice. Very nice. Happy holidays, Mr. Hollis. Thank you, sir. And Tarek, we got y'all package in yesterday. I made a video on it. It's uploaded to YouTube. It's not set as public yet because I want to edit the title and put all the links in for y'all guys, but I did do a video on that, about a 10-minute video, I think, 9-10-minute video on that gift box, that package. Man, Missy was all excited, put it that way. But yeah, those oysters have a little one. When you eat the raw oysters, and sometimes they have two in them, and that little worm would be right there in between your cheek and gum, like a dip. And just you take it out with your tongue and spit the little orange worm out.
I don't think I've ever experienced no worms in my oysters.
Yeah, little bitty orange.
That must be something in Louisiana.
No, that's off of the Mississippi coast. That's some Mississippi oysters, and I've never seen that before in there. And in oysters in Louisiana waters,
I'll have to cook them things.
And no, but you just spit them out. But if they protein, they're not poisonous or anything.
Now I found a few pearls in oysters around here.
Little bitty ones.
Yeah, them little pearls. I've seen that a time or two growing up.
But all them boats on Telegraph Reef, once you pull your dredge in, you got two guys working the box, the drop box. Yeah. And you're taking the dead shells off and you're throwing that overboard, and you want to kind of get away from that area, and then come back to it. But if they got too many boats on one private lease, on one reef or what, I don't care if it's private, public, whatever. You get too many boats on there, you're actually picking up all the culls, the small oysters and the shells, picking up a lot of that stuff.
They got that Biloxi Oyster Company over here that has that reef where they get all their oysters. It's farm, more or less. Man, that's some really good oysters.
Private reefs. Reefs. Telegraph is a public public oystering grounds.
That's something.
There's a bunch of public grounds that you need to check. People that go oystering need to check. Because man, I know one guy. He said, "I'll change your DNA." I'll catch you running a dredge on my lease. He'll tell anybody that.
I think sometime I should just drop the barbecue into my channel altogether and just focus on stuff that we do around here, because those videos just do better for me. The oysters, the crabs, the shrimp, the crawfish,
people
all
want
of
it. People want that southern seafood style. They want to learn how to cook southern seafood. Cajun, Mississippi, what have you. If you got Cajun in the title, Cajun food, you're going to get views.
You can go to my channel page, and I've got my most popular videos at the top of that page, and you can scroll to the next page. They show you 10 videos, and out of them 10, either 5 or 6 are seafood related somehow or another. It might be more than that. It might be 7, because that gumbo I did 9 years ago is real popular too. That one's knocking, say it's over 800,000. I don't know how many above that, but
they got a place off of in southeast Louisiana where Raging Cajun right here. That guy right there.
Okay.
He's from the New Orleans area, south like that. Okay. They got a place down there called Point de la Hache.
I've heard of it.
That's the best oysters in Louisiana you're going to get. Point de la Hache oysters. That's some good oysters. It's in the sound right there.
Okay.
It's in that sound. It's kind of close to Mississippi waters, because of the way the line does. The Louisiana line in the water,
Yeah.
Because like we were talking the other night, Friday night, in your live stream, the Mississippi Sound, there's part of Louisiana
Mhm.
waters in the Mississippi Sound.
Where we went speckled trout fishing right there in Louisiana waters, I had to have Louisiana license. But if we would have turned that boat due north and hit land, we'd have been in Pass Christian, Mississippi.
Right.
Waveland, somewhere in there up for
Waveland, yeah.
Yeah. And that's it, just wraps around like that, you know.
Because Pass Christian is on the east side of Bay St. Louis.
What do you say, Sam?
I said it was weird because your live stream popped up. So in the morning, I drive about an hour to work, drive an hour to where I got to get the bread. And so you popped up that you did a live stream. So I figured I listened to it on the way in to work, and I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, I got it unlisted.
Oh, okay.
I go unlisted. After I go live, I don't go private because you lose all them views. I had like 1,100 views in the time that it ran. So I said, I don't want to lose 1,000 views. So I leave it, but I go unlisted just to kill it. And then, I'll still get my super chats and things like that. Plus the views are still, if I go private, you'll lose the views. If you delete it, you lose the views.
Interesting. So it's weird, but it showed up on my notifications. It showed up. Then all of a sudden I looked everywhere for it. I said, he must have been on somebody else's channel or something, because I looked everywhere.
Somebody commented on that today. I said, yeah, they're sending a link somewhere in their feed from a few days ago, and they're just now clicking on it or something, and it could have been an email notification. And anyway, they can click on it and still watch it. It's just it's not visible on the feeds anymore. You won't see it on my channel page, but it's there. It's just said 4 hours and something long. Good, great.
You're on there for 4 hours?
Yeah, what it was, I invited a bunch of people in like a
4 hours and 15 minutes.
Went on, and then one guy dropped $20. Said, "Stay another hour." I said, "All right." And
yeah, you were getting super chats.
I'm glad I did. I got like another $100 in super chats just staying.
Yeah, you did. They were super chat training. Yeah. It was a super chat train they were doing to it. You're like, stay on another hour, and somebody else, another super chat. And I can just hear Russ thinking, man, I'm making $40 or $50 an hour to stay live. Yeah. That's good money. I'm staying here.
What kind of beer you drinking, Russ?
It's a cheap beer, man. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh man, I
used to drink that when I was a kid.
Man, we got the Natty Bow up here, but that's an old beer, man.
It is
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I've never drank it before, and I was over at Derek's not long ago shooting a video, and I didn't bring no beer with me, and he had some in a bottle. He goes, "You want a beer?" I noticed you didn't bring it. I says, "What do you got?" He goes, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." I went, ugh. Like that.
Or Natural Light.
Yeah, I've drank plenty of them. Natty Lights, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I said, yeah, give me one. And I was drinking out of that bottle. I'm like, dang, that ain't too bad, man. It was smooth. It didn't have a bad taste. And I said, how much you paid for them? They were like $9 and something. I'm like, well, heck, that's cheaper than the Bud Light that I normally drink. And juice, what is it?
Juicy hazy up here. That's about 8% alcohol right there.
Ooh, wow. Well, now speaking of that, Pabst Blue Ribbon, they were out of this one day, and they had their extra Pabst Blue Ribbon Extra, and it's 6.5 in Mississippi, which is high for our beer. And finally, I told my wife to quit buying them. I'm waking up with headaches and don't know when to go to bed, and just acting stupid,
Yeah, that's what I realized last night. I haven't been, I really haven't been drinking a lot the last. I think it's about 2 weeks ago, but last night was one of the nights we just kind of sat around.
Yeah.
I mean, before I knew it, I had like 10 beers and.
Yeah. That's how it happens.
The other ones I drink, they were only like 4%. They're like just regular beers, but the last three I had, they were all about 8%. 8%. They kind of really kicked it in.
When I was in Hampton, Virginia, I was working at Newport News, and they had that Loco. What was that big tall can? It was Loco something or another. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, they originally had wormwood in them, but they had to get rid of the wormwood. But this thing was 8% alcohol in Virginia. I mean, 2 of them, and buddy, you don't need nothing else.
Oh,
You're rocking and rolling, you know. It's like, good gracious. I come back home after that job, you know, was over for us. I come back home and bought one here, and it didn't do near what those did out there. I'm like, what the heck? And it looked, it was like 4.5% or 4.2. You know, oh, there it is. You have to drink a 6-pack of these to equal 2 of them. You know.
Hey, Charles Broussard, or Charles Broussard, I should say.
They didn't taste as good here either. I liked them when I was out there, though.
yeah, I can't. I can't drink. I got, like I said, I'll be heading to bed.
Yeah, that's me.
Sure.
The man who makes jambalaya egg rolls. I brought that to YouTube about 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I had never seen nobody do it. I used to sell them at work. Then after that, I started seeing them pop up everywhere. And then I started seeing Boudin egg rolls. And, you know, all right, well, I don't know.
That's nothing edited. She's from Louisiana. She's from the Baton Rouge area and on the outskirts of Baton Rouge.
Okay.
But she lives in Texas now.
Yeah, I made a shrimp jambalaya for that video and rolled them up in egg roll wraps, deep fried them. People love them, man. They're good.
Barry Ewald said, I'll be 61 in a few hours. Wow, well, bon fait, mon ami, bon fait. He said, I grew up on all those beers. I did too. Schlitz, Falstaff. Falstaff is one a lot of people don't hear no more.
I remember that.
Man. And then, you know, naturally the PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then the old Schaefer, and then Busch Bavarian. That was a beer in the 60s. You know, well, they quit making it for a while, and then they came back out with it in the 80s. And it had, you know, like Seize the Mountain or something like that. Taste the Mountain, something. And it had a horse, you know, rearing up in the commercials.
I remember that.
I'm like, man, that is an old beer. You know, everybody's talking about the new Busch beer. Well, yeah, that's a new Busch. You know, it's not quite like the old Busch. It ain't the same exact recipe.
No,
Busch Bavarian beer. You know,
it's made
I remember the Busch.
It's all made by Anheuser-Busch, which now that's all owned by Germans and have been for the last 5, 6, 7, or 8 years, something like that.
Well, Anheuser-Busch Beer Company was started by the Germans. Okay. It's actually a German originated.
I didn't know that, but I do know they sold out to other Germans, I guess. You know.
I think Miller Lite, I want to say, is part of that too. That one guy there, he owns a bunch of the titles. You know, I mean, they're still making they still have the bottling plants, the breweries in the United States. You know, but it's the actual owner or parent company. You know, just like Pepsi Company.
Right.
They own Nestle, Nestea, and
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
A lot of them.
It's one
lot
company.
Of stuff you buy and eat, that's owned by PepsiCo. You know,
well, I hate that PepsiCo bought out Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut used to be good back in the day, but they suck now. I won't eat them. They totally burnt that pizza, man.
Pizza anymore. I don't know. We have one place. It's better than that. Where I used to live at. They have the really good when you get the really tiny pepperonis and oils inside. It's really good. Good Italian pizza, not
right. Not
some of the stuff.
You get some of the original good Italian pizzas up north of there, because you know New York.
Yeah,
a lot of Italians, you know, they immigrated there from Italy. Yeah, got on the boat, went to Ellis Island, all that. You know, settled in New York, opened. They were all cooks, just about. They opened restaurants. You know, that's how they. You know, got Little Italy over there. you know.
Well,
And
you know, I watched a video the other day. You got your New York style pizza, which is kind of hard to duplicate, but I want to do it with my new pizza oven at some point. But I want to really make sure I nail it because I don't want to get tore up in the comments. But but
it's amazing how you know.
Yeah. But I watched videos on that, and the reason that pizza was developed by Italian immigrants, but mainly they had to change the dough from Neapolitan to something different because they didn't have ovens over here like the Italian pizza ovens. You know, they do now, but they didn't then. So they had to design a dough that would cook at a lower temperature, like 550. You know. And that's kind of what that was born out of. But it is an Italian immigrant creation, even though, or American Italian, I should say. You know,
the first pizza restaurant, pizzeria, was in Brooklyn, and it was not DiGiorno. I forget the guy's name, but it was an Italian guy, you know, from Italy, and his dad was from there, and all that. No, And I mean, you can Google it, first pizzeria in the United States, and they'll give you the guy's name and all that. He's the one that started off the pizza trend in America, you know, and then it got Americanized, you know, because the pizza margherita. I have an Italian friend of mine from Naples, Italy, and he stayed with me and my girlfriend at that time years and years ago. When I had my radio shop at Tiger Truck Stop. He stayed with us for a while. He worked for me, and he made the original Italian pizza is a pizza margherita, and all it is your crust with cheese, and that's it.
Basil.
That's the original pizzas they started out with. Bread and cheese. That's all they had. They didn't
have tomato or basil on it.
You had just tomato sauce, you know, I mean your pizza sauce, but with cheese, and that was it.
The New York style pizza, just the regular plain New York style, is just cheese and tomato. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No pepperoni, no nothing.
Yeah,
that's what you're getting. Now you can get toppings on it like anything else.
Right.
You're in America, but
years and years ago, you know, people didn't have a lot that lived out, and you know, no stores around. They ate what they grew, and they grew buckwheat, wheat, or you could get flour from anywhere. You know, in Italy, a lot of flour, and that's what you got. And you had sacks of flour, you know, in bins, in big crocks, huge crocks. You had your flour in there, and I mean like 30, 40 pounds of flour. Because you made bread every day or pizza crust a lot. You didn't have a lot of meat unless you had animals, you know, and then that's where the pizza was kind of Americanized with the Italians, with all of their specialties, you know, black olives, you know, all these meats, pepperoni and stuff
anchovies,
like that.
All that stuff.
And I gotta go lean on the dock again. I'll be back.
Pizza really, even though it costs a lot nowadays to go to takeout, but you can make pizza for next to nothing. You know, your most expensive thing's gonna be the cheese for it. But as far as the dough, man, you can make a great Neapolitan style dough for not much at all. It's a lot cheaper than going to buy them, unless you go to Little Caesars. I can't beat that deal. You can get that large Little Caesars, which is only good when it's really hot and fresh out of the oven. After that, it sucks, you know. But
we don't have that much around here. We got
you can still get them for a little over $5, you know. So.
Yeah, we're very limited. I'm very limited. Where I think we only have like 2 or 3. Like we do have a Domino's, but we have just maybe 2 or 3 pizza places, and they're not.
When I worked at Newport News, I stayed there in Hampton. Oh my God, I've never seen so many local homegrown pizza places in my life. They were everywhere, and they all delivered. Every week, my goal was to try a different pizza from a different place, see how I liked it. And the last week I was there, I found one that was the closest to me. They delivered, and I absolutely love that pizza. Like, God, I wish I would have had that one first. I wouldn't even order nobody else's. That was some really good pizza. But then I come home, so all we have around here is chains. You know, Pizza,
Yeah.
Domino's, Papa John's. Now there's another one here that I do like is a chain. What's the name of that place? It's kind of new. It hadn't been around long, but they make their crust is like a Neapolitan style. But I can't remember. Oh, I almost had it.
Barrows?
No, go ahead and talk. I'll have to
Okay.
Google it, but
You'll remember it when you'll think of it when you're not even thinking of it. You'll be
I'll
talking about
just
something
Google
else
it.
and it'll pop in your head.
Pizza near Marco's. There it is right there.
Marco's. Okay.
Marco's.
Well, that place is, they got a lot of them up north. They've been up north for a while. If I'm not
it's
mistaken.
new
They knew
down
down
here.
in Mississippi, yeah,
And
we
are just out of range for them to deliver here. They're over there by Pops Ferry, and if I was a little bit closer, they would deliver. So we have to go get it when we want it. You know.
Pops Ferry Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time you get with JB, ask him about or comment about Fleur de Lis pizza in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
That place got it going on. Fleur de Lis.
He probably knows them.
They still got. Oh, he does. Me and him talked about it before.
JB.
They got them little 7-ounce Cokes. You know.
Yeah.
The returnable bottles. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
But they still got that.
Okay.
In certain restaurants and stuff.
Well, you know, you can go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart and buy a Coke in a bottle, but look for the one made in Mexico.
That's
still
the original recipe.
They use real sugar, not that corn.
Right. High fructose.
Right.
Yeah. They use the cane sugar.
Yep. Yeah, JB's got a lot of pizza videos on his
Florida
channel.
Boulevard, pink building. That's it. Fleur de Lis. It's on the east side of town. On Florida Boulevard, which that's Greenwood Springs Road also.
I don't even know how we got on this pizza subject, but yeah, that's one of my favorite foods.
We were talking about the ovens, and it started off with the pizza ovens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how much. Every time I tell you got all this new space, I'm like, man, where in the hell is he putting all this stuff at?
I sold some things.
I mean, through the years, I mean, you've gotten like tons of smokers and grills, and I mean, now I've seen all the pizza ovens and
I'm down to what I actually use. I sold my Santa Maria recently. I got rid of all my Kamados. I've sold so many grills over the years. You know, my latest one that we got, and I didn't want it. Derek wanted it, was that camp shelf with that little pull-out drawer. I was just telling you about the Woodwind Pro, their new one, and he said, "I want that like that." So, well, you're going to do the review video. I'll upload it, and he did it, and then he put it up for sale and sold it. Made $800 on it, so that worked out good for him. You know, all they wanted was one review video, and they got it. So, hey.
Yeah, that's it. So, how do you like so if you get a sponsor, how does that really work? I've had a couple sponsors.
Yeah.
But
it depends on who reaches out to me. A lot of people just want to, I had to filter through so much crap because a lot of these people out of China is wanting you to give you something off of Amazon that don't cost but dollars. And I'm like, I don't even reply back to those. Then every now and then you'll get somebody like Pits and Spits. I got that new Pits and Spits, and I still got it. And I said, I don't need any more grills or smokers. I can't do videos just for that. I don't need it, don't want it. I said, but if you want me to do videos, I'll take the smoker, and I have to charge you so much per video. And so far I've done 3 videos. They paid me for all 3 of them. And she said there won't be no more till after the first of the year, and I'm already figuring out the budget for that. So I'll just hang on that pit, and every time I use it, I'm getting paid. And they're good about it. They pay me in advance. They actually mail a check to me. Most people pay like a bank transfer or something like that. she sends this big business check, and there it is. But other times I'll do videos just for the product if I need it or want it. Kind of like I'm doing stuff with Vivor. They're not going to pay you anything. But I wanted a dough
I know
sheeter.
another channel has got something from them.
Yeah, I wanted that dough sheeter. I wanted this big. I got to do a review video probably next week on this new commercial stand mixer, which I have a KitchenAid, but I made Boudin here a couple weeks ago right here at the house off video, and that little bowl was right there at the top, man. It was getting ready to pour over. I said, I need something bigger. And they're always reaching out to me. You find anything you'd like to do a video? I said, well, no, I don't want just anything. If I can't use it in videos, I don't want it, you know. So I seen that mixer, and I got a smaller one. They had one all the way up to 25 quarts, and I got a 10 quart, which is twice the size of my KitchenAid. This thing stands up 2 foot tall. It's in a wood crate. I'm like, holy crap, I can't even pick it up. I don't know how I'm gonna get it on the counter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I do it. But and every now and then you'll get an email from people don't have nothing to do with what you're cooking. Like I've got this one down here. It's called Shaker and Spoon. I did a video for them back in July. That's just they send you their product, you show it, and you name your price. Either they're going to take it or they're not, or they might say, okay, we can't do that, but we can do this. You either accept it or no. And that one, I think I didn't make much. I think they paid me $500 and sent me the stuff. It was a 90-second slot in my video, and I'm showing the product. They approve it. They have to approve it before you can actually release it. I got approval. Boom, do it. But those kind of deals, you have to wait anywhere from 30 to 45 days to get paid because they pay it through bill.com or somebody like that. It's coming. You're going to get paid. You just got to wait on it. Usually 30 days net, you know. But
Yeah, somebody had somebody showed something that they had. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was Mater or I forget who it was. Raging remembers that though. He just reminded me, Vivor, and then you saw it. They were in the panel with us, Russ. And then you mentioned that you had some Vivor stuff, you know, products.
yeah, it's not bad stuff. I
Who
mean,
was that did that? Who was that, Raging?
I know one person that's got Vivor, but it's not cooking products, so it's a welder. Jimmy Making It Works. He got a welder from Vivor, and
really,
just featured it this past week. Yeah,
they make
Yeah,
all
this
kind of
was
things.
this was
all
about a
kind of
month
things.
ago, and I think it was I know they were in the live stream and they were talking about it, 'cause we were talking about cooking and you know appliances too, and they said something about Vivor, and you had mentioned that you had a few of their products because they had sent you something. I forget if it was a food processor or
They
a
make
blender or something.
they
Yeah,
make
they
all
make all
kind of
kind
things.
of stuff.
And that's
It
what
might have
worried
been Mater that did that, I think.
that's what worried me about them, because I know they're Chinese, first off, but second off, I said they don't specialize in one thing. They make everything, so it couldn't be that good a quality. But I'm really surprised how good it is. That dough sheeter I got, man, that thing is heavy. Well, like this mixer, I can't even pick it up. It's so heavy. It's like it's not cheap at all. Really, it's pretty good quality for what it is. But the prices are way lower than what you're gonna pay for American prices.
Hey, Gleason, what's going on, Micah? How you doing, buddy?
Where did
Bourbon molasses
where did Sam go?
seasoning to try. He probably hit the wrong button again.
Oh, okay. I know he said he could only stay in about an hour.
Right, yeah. Look at that. Scott Keller. Y'all seen that that other one I showed, that other comment. And minced meat pie for dessert. Now I like meat pies.
Oh, I do
tarts,
too.
The tart, the half moons.
What's that place in Louisiana? What's that town that's known for those? I've had those meat pies before. Somebody brought them to our workplace one day.
Raging was talking about that a couple of weeks ago. One place burnt down, I think, or something.
What's the name of that place? It's kind of known for meat pies.
No, this one ain't known for meat pies. It's known more for fruit pies, fruit pastries and stuff like that. Hubig's pies.
Ubix.
HUBIG apostrophe S Posh.
There we go. How do you pronounce it?
Nakadish.
Naturalist.
Nakadish. Nakadish.
Yeah, that's one
Nakadish.
however you say it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All of a sudden, everything kind of went like my connection went bad, and my connection went bad, and then when it came back up, I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah. Nakadish meat pies. That's yeah, they they were the first town to ever be incorporated in Louisiana.
Okay.
And a lot of French influence in that city too. They north of me. They in between on I-49, in between Shreveport and Alexandria. Alexandria's up
Did they hear you?
from me a good little ways. Alexandria is the central part of Louisiana. Central from left to right. From like Toledo, Texas to Louisiana line to that Mississippi line, not the Florida parishes of Louisiana. That panhandle. Louisiana has a panhandle just like Florida, and we call those the Florida parishes. Above Baton Rouge, all those parishes touching the Mississippi line, going east and west, we call that the Florida parishes.
Huh.
But Alexandria is dead central, dead nuts from the Gulf to Arkansas, halfway there, and then halfway on the skinny part of Louisiana. All roads meet in Alexandria. That's an old saying. But Natchitoches is in between Alec and Shreveport.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, I wanted to come back up and say I appreciate you letting me come up and hang out. It's really great to actually talk to you, Russ. We just been texting back and forth all this time, but to sit down and talk to you has been really awesome. And
hey, come by next Sunday from 4 to 6. We'll get you back up in here, Sam.
I could do that. That's about the time are pretty much done and relaxing and chilling out. So I could probably maybe come up next week.
When you get those live feeds together, in the future, just let me know. I'll be glad to drop in there. I love these things.
Yeah, man, it's kind of, you don't got to edit too much, do we?
No,
right.
No, it's easy.
Yeah.
That's what my friends do. All right. Well, thank you guys. Hey, if I don't talk or see you before Christmas, make sure everybody has a nice Merry Christmas. Everybody in the chat, be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Appreciate it, Sam.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did Scott? Let me see. Where it is. Right here.
Nacogdoches.
That's Nacogdoches, Texas. Stuffed pork chop stuffed with cabbage and wrapped in bacon. That's good. I like stuffed pork chops.
Well, anything wrapped in bacon is good. I mean, that's a gift.
Yeah.
I usually take my bacon and wrap it in bacon, but
Yeah. Make you a bacon burger. Your bun's made out of bacon. And the inside, the bacon patties in there. And then your lettuce. That's you substitute bacon for the lettuce, and then you substitute bacon for the tomato. Substitute 2 slices of bacon for the 2 slices of pickle. Right. So you got your bacon, a true, authentic, true blue bacon burger.
That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's a place I used to stop at on my way to work, and they had these biscuits, and that's all that was in there. It was a big pile of crispy bacon, man. They were fresh and hot, like, heck yeah, give me one of them bacon biscuits. Right
there in Pascagoula, not far from the highway. Well, it was right on the highway. When you cross the bridge, like coming from Gautier or whatever, when you cross the bridge, I was there. I was living there when the old bridge was there, and they were still working on the new bridge.
Okay.
And 2 years later, then the new bridge got opened,
Yeah, the high road.
And I was one of the first ones to cross it. One of the first ones that day. People were lining up to be the first ones to cross it.
Yeah, my 2 sons, both of them worked on that bridge, helped build it back then. Sure did. They were 19, 20 years old, something like that.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they had a Hardee's right there when you got off of the bridge, and then to the left, they had a Hardee's right there.
On the left.
And I used to get their chicken fried steak because it was a beef steak, chicken fried steak, biscuit with, and add an egg on it, and then put mustard on each side. Ask them for a couple packs of mayonnaise. Put that mayonnaise on each side of that biscuit.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I could tear that up.
I tell you what I used to do when I lived in Pascagoula going to work. I'd stop by Wayne Lee's because they had one heck of a deli for breakfast in the morning.
Oh yeah,
and
Wayne,
I'd get one of them little I'd get one of them little styrofoam boxes with a lid on it, and they have a biscuit in there that's been cut open and laid offside, and they put tomato gravy on it. I would get that with 2 Boudin balls. They bought their Boudin out of Louisiana from over there somewhere, and they'd make them in balls, fry them up. And man, they were hot and they were spicy. You talking about waking me up? Cup of coffee with tomato gravy and biscuits, or white gravy and sausage. I was
fixing to say something about the white gravy.
Yeah, sometime I'd do that, and we did get that from Hardee's. Hardee's made really good white gravy and sausage biscuits too.
And then Hardee's came out with what they call the low carb bowl. So I would get the low carb bowl with the chicken fried steak patty, and then they put eggs in it, scrambled eggs, the chicken fried steak patty, cheese, and something else. It was a low carb bowl. It was everything the biscuit had without the biscuit. No bread, no carbs like that, no bread carbs anyway.
Yeah.
And I tell them put white gravy on it, and it was like $3.40, $3.50 for that low carb bowl, And I say, look, when you think you got enough white gravy, add that much more, and then give it to me. Give it to me.
I tell you what, I told you last week I got to meet Uncle Larry. He gave me some more of his products. Well, he gave me some of that stew and a few in that jar, and the first thing I thought of was like, man, that'd make a fantastic gravy. You ain't got to make gravy; just pour that out of a jar and heat it up, maybe thin it out a little bit, however thin you want it, with a little bit of water. You sit there and watch it. But my wife the other night cooked and baked some chicken. She had some sort of she had green beans, and she made rice and took some of that out of that jar for gravy. Man, it was good. I say, heck yeah. So I said, we'll probably go through all them jars he gave me just using his gravy. Put it on mashed potatoes, put it on corn, rice. Yeah, man. Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, I was
excuse me.
Good.
What's Boudin?
Huh?
Tommy Hanlon, he's over in Ireland, Dublin. He's one of my
what's Boudin?
UK fans. Yeah, what's Boudin? It's a rice and pork mixture, with onions and celery, stuff like that, and green onions, onion tops, and all that. Just put in a sausage casing.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. It's awesome, and
it is.
That's how you spell it.
The last Boudin video I did, I made links of Boudin, in sausage casings or hog casings. Then I made some Boudin balls stuffed with pepper jack. Then I made some Boudin egg rolls. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I enjoyed them egg rolls probably more than any of it. Those are good done like that. Down there in Bouston area, that's below Delcom and Erat. We got Bouston by Henry. And it's spelled just like Boston, but in French it's Bouston. And they had a little store there, and they made cracklings and Boudin every morning. And they would do the links, Boudin links, the size of a large hot dog bun. And they would serve Boudin po' boys. What they would do, they would cut the Boudin, slit it in half, and then put that on that hot dog bun, and they put whatever you wanted on it, mayonnaise, mustard, whatever. Me, I just had it plain, Boudin in the bun, and that was it. Had a little miniature po' boy like that. And she'd sell them for $1.50, which was cheap.
because that was a long, pretty long length of boudin. You go buy that length of boudin now at $3.89 a pound, you're gonna spend $3 just on that one length of boudin.
Oh yeah.
That she used to serve for $1.50 with a po' boy bread. Well, a hot dog bun.
Everything's went up so much. Nothing.
Field Guy 316. What's up, mon ami? That's a New Orleans. Well, he's north of New Orleans. Put it this way, okay? But right close to the Mississippi line. That's where Field Guy's at. Go Saints! Go Saints! They finally won today. Finally.
Pork rice dressing in a case, and pretty much. That's pretty much.
Just about. Yeah.
I want to get a good recipe for crawfish boudin. That's one I have never made, but I want to do it in this new stand mixer. I might not need a stand mixer, really, in all honesty, because I use that stand mixer to shred that pork instead of grind my pork for boudin. I've done it both ways, but I swear I like that shredded so much better. I got some in the freezer.
Yeah.
I got some vacuum packed in the freezer, and every time I go to shoot a video, we have a smoker fired up 9 times out of 10. So
and you got that boudin on the grill.
We'll throw some boudin on there. Just
call that
I didn't show it on that ribs video, but there was boudin involved just for us to eat while it was cooking.
Right. Yeah, that's a lanyap right there.
Yeah, I make it quite a bit just to have it on hand. I could probably buy it as cheap as what it costs me to make it, but it's fun making it. And down on that, you can get whatever flavors you want out of it,
All right, here, I'm going to do this right here because we're supposed to be highlighting your latest video, and we kind of got sidetracked. Okay, that link I just put in the chat, that's for this guy right here, Russ Jones, Smoky Ribs Barbecue. That's his latest video that he put out, and it's you tell us what it is, Russ.
It's made with that new rub and glaze that Darren Wilson sent me. He has a YouTube channel called Fire and Water Cooking, and he's also got a website. But this particular product is available at Walmart. Now, I don't know if it's available at all Walmarts or not, but he said Walmart. You can get it on Amazon, or you can order it right from his website. But he sent it to me, and I said, yeah, I'll try it. So I did some pork spare ribs. I cut the spare ribs down to St. Louis cut. I do all that on video, showing how easy that is to do. Separate the rib tips from the ribs, and then the
skirt.
Yeah, the skirt I just usually trash. There ain't much to that. I just get it out of the way.
I don't know. That's good
it's
stuff.
got. You could probably put in some sausage grind, but I just trashed it, or use it as crab bait. But at any rate, I seasoned that with the rub he sent me, which is a blueberry and black garlic rub. That just sounds good, don't it? And this rub is purple looking. And I said, oh boy, these ribs are gonna be dark. I already knew. And so I cooked them just with the rub on there. I put a mustard binder on, then the rub, put them in the smoker. I've cooked these pretty hot because I didn't want this video to drag out. So I put the pellet grill, Lone Star Grill's pellet grill at 275, and it took them roughly 3.5 to 3:45, 3 hours and 45 minutes to fully cook. And once I knew they were tender and all, I put a glaze on them, let them go another 10 minutes, set that glaze. Really good. It pairs so well with pork. You could do it with pork loin using these rubs and this marinade, or you could do anything pork related, really. It'd be great. But good stuff.
You could do that. Yeah, like take a small pork loin, a skinny one.
You could take a tenderloin or the pork loin itself.
Right. And do that. And then about when it's almost done, not almost done, say about 30 to 40 minutes, then you can wrap some bacon around it, spiral it with bacon, and put that back on the grill and let that bacon go to work. And, I bet you that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. It would be.
Hey, Chef Scott, how you doing, mon ami?
Yeah, that was my last video. Then I had I try to do a video once a week, Well, there
Hey,
ain't no
Chef.
trying to it. I do once a week, not necessarily on the same date though.
Chef, you still in Florida? Or you done made it back home? His dad passed away a few weeks ago, and his brother had a memorial service in Florida. His dad just had came back from Chef Scott's house.
Really?
He met a bunch
looks
of
like he's still in
YouTubers.
Florida.
He's still in Florida? Yeah, I know you made it
Looks like
Tuesday. I didn't know if you made it back or not. He made it over there last Friday, I think.
Yeah, I made
think
it
it was
this Friday.
Friday, Thursday night or Friday. Anyway, his dad went up to his house, and then he met a few YouTubers in that area. Some of Scott's friends, mechanics,
Yeah.
small engine mechanics, car mechanics, because his dad was a car mechanic. I mean, yeah, for Ford, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, hey, Inkman, what's up, mon ami? And anyway, when his dad got back from Scott's house to his house in Florida, boom, died right there when he
My
walked in
goodness.
his door.
Man, you don't never know, do you? Life is uncertain.
Mm-hmm. Gotta live every day that you can to the fullest. I mean,
Yeah, you got to live it like it's your last, because it could be.
Well, Scott, don't think you're going to be hiding from the cold weather just because you're not up north, because Christmas Eve is going to be around 19 degrees over here. We're supposed to be going to my mother-in-law's. I was mentioning this earlier, and I think I got sidetracked. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Passing asleep. Oh, sorry to hear that. Nothing. I knew Southern Boy Prepper.
I've always said that when it's my time to go, I want to go in my sleep. I don't even want to know about it.
Hey, Susan M., how you doing?
Go to sleep, and that's the end of it.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to go to my mother-in-law's, but at 19 or 20 degrees, and it's not going to even break the freezing mark, I don't think, for the highs. And that's going to be Christmas Eve. That'd be Saturday. Hey, Adam, Small Town Machine Shop. Check your email, Adam. I had sent you a link too.
I got to go out to the dock now. I'll be back.
All right. Not a problem. So where are you at right now, Raiden? What's your schedule this trip you on?
well, right now we're just sitting down here in Denton, Texas. We've been here all weekend.
Oh,
We
really?
decided to shut down. Yeah, we decided to shut down here in Denton for the weekend. After we delivered that load on Friday.
Oh, okay. So y'all taking a little break.
Yeah, we're
Long
doing a
break.
30-hour reset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken. How you doing, mon ami? Yeah. Ick. Let's do a t-shirt weather for me. 19 degrees, 20 degrees is t-shirt weather. Ooh. I don't know how cold it's supposed to be Christmas morning. I didn't check that far ahead because the forecast stopped at Christmas Eve. So now it's going to be another day. Christmas Day will be on the forecast. I'll look that up, later on when we.
Snow.
We spoke. Missy's been saying snow, so I guess they got some cloud cover or clouds with that. Usually it gets that cold after the front comes through, after the rain, the cold sleet, rain. Usually that's after, but there's another cold front coming in a day or two, and then because we just had one come through. We had that one that brought the tornadoes and tore up New Iberia, Louisiana, and some of north of Mamou. It tore that area up. And then there was another tornado. We had a bunch of tornadoes in South Louisiana. New Orleans got hit. New Iberia got hit. And that's a town of 25,000 people. And it tore that town up.
You talking about the other day, 3 or 4 days ago?
Yes.
5 days, yeah.
Yeah, that all come through here. We was on a tornado warning, not a watch, but a warning for an hour. And I'm sitting there watching on radar. It didn't last long. It come in, it got really bad, lightning everywhere. I was even recording some of it with my phone,
Yeah.
and then boom, it was over. It was gone. Like,
We had two different vans come through, and
Yeah, we
two
did
different
too.
squall lines.
Yeah.
And we had one, they said there was a tornado heading straight for Eunice, north side of Eunice. Yo, do whatever. Just get out
Yeah.
of a mobile home, hit a ditch,
Yeah.
get in a drainage canal or something, because that wind can't pick you up if you're in a ditch. And anyway, it was heading toward Eunice. It turned, and that's the one that kind of hit Mamu a little bit. And then there was another one. That one went back up in there, and another one hit New Iberia. There were like 3 tornadoes going on all at the same time. And then New Iberia, that was a town of 25,000. It tore up, and you couldn't get to the hospital. If you were injured, you couldn't go to the hospital. The hospital got hit. Almost every window in the hospital was blowed out.
Yeah.
The doctor's offices, the rooms, hospital rooms, and the X-ray rooms, MRI rooms, any room that had a outside exterior window, it was blowed out. Just about.
That pressure drop is what caused that.
Was that cold air coming down? That front and that warm, moist, because that was a powerful cold front coming down, and it was sucking that warm Gulf moisture.
Yeah.
To it. And once those two meet and collide, that's what starts your tornadoes.
Yeah. I remember years ago back in the 80s, we had.
Hey, Bradley Height, what's going on? Nonk Brad. I did send him a link because I figured we might see some silversmithing going on today, but it might be too cold for him. Like last week, it was too cold.
I've seen those tornadoes be close by before, right? Well, when I lived in Pascagoula, and it would blow the back glass out of cars. Just that drop. The car was hot, because it's hot. Then you got all this cold air coming in.
Yeah,
it's still hot inside the car. And all of a sudden, the weather changes, and the tornado itself creates that pressure drop. But yet, it just builds a lot of pressure. It blows them out of the building.
It does.
Very sealed like a car. It'll blow that glass slap out of there.
Yeah. I had that do that to me on my truck, my Silverado.
Mm-hmm.
And I was parked. I was going to get some beer. I was heading to my cabinet shop, and I was getting a 12-pack of beer. I changed my mind. I got a 24-pack. All of a sudden, when I was walking in the store, I heard "Bow!" And then my buddy hollered. The guy that was working with me in the cabinet shop, he was a cabinet maker himself. So he probably had more experience than me altogether. But, we were tit for tat probably in that department on years of experience making cabinets. And I heard him scream, like, "What the heck was that?" And I said, "Oh boy, there went another window, and it was on my side." And that's what it was. It was real hot. And it come a rainstorm, and it got real cold.
Yeah.
And my glass was up, his was down, and it popped. If I'd had my glass down, it wouldn't have popped.
Yeah, you're right. That would have equalized that pressure.
Yeah, if I'd have had it down all the way,
that's why they tell you when a tornado's in your area to open some windows.
Open your windows and your doors,
because that'll help equalize the pressure. Because that's what's more destructive than the wind is too, of course. Because
your house explodes outwards.
Yeah, it does.
The tornado passes over your house.
Yep.
Or right next to your house. If your windows are open and all, you're fine.
That's right.
That internal pressure, when the tornado passes over your house, there's zero pressure. It's actually a vacuum.
Yep.
Inside a tornado, it's actually a vacuum. Negative pressure. It's either no pressure or negative.
Exactly.
And your house is going to go outwards because of all the pressure in your house.
Right.
I don't care if it's a brick house or just a plain wood frame house with brick on the outside. That's how it is. Usually a brick home. Except in Arizona, it's all solid brick. The outside, the wall is brick. And then they have lathing to hold the plaster on the inside.
Yeah. That's
but
right.
I don't care what house you're in. If that tornado passes over it, it's going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. tornado is nothing to play with. I mean,
Right.
people
Yeah,
say
they got 300,
hurricanes.
400-mile-an-hour winds in them things, you know.
People say hurricanes are nothing to play with, but I think a tornado is
Tornadoes are worse
a bit,
because you can
a
predict
little
a
bit more
hurricane
deadly.
and
Well,
you got time to get ready.
that's what makes a hurricane so dangerous. I mean, it's bad enough on its own, but they usually spin off hundreds of tornadoes within them.
That too, yeah.
So you got the worst of both worlds, you know. Yeah, I don't like none of that stuff, but it's just something we got to deal with.
Yeah. Saturday, high of 12, Christmas Day, high of 11. So it's going to be getting colder Christmas Day. So
Mhm.
I don't know if Christmas Eve, like I said, we're supposed to go there. And that's just right up the road, 9 miles in Mamu, Big Mamu. And I don't think we're going to be going because Missy never drove in the cold weather before like that, especially on ice. She's never drove on ice and
I
snow.
hadn't either. I hadn't either.
I have, but you know, in an 18-wheeler in my big truck,
Yeah.
hauling cane. So I'm weighing 100,000+ pounds, 100,000+ pounds. So if there's a little ice on the road, it's not going to bother a big truck. But we breaking the ice, we cracking it.
Right.
But it wasn't real ice on the road. It wasn't that it was icy. It was snowing. And it
Yeah.
was so cold. It was 5 degrees when we pulled up to the sugar mill, the cane mill in Generette off of Highway 9. They had a bank right across from where we would wait in line to get our cane unloaded. And that time and temperature on that bank sign outside said 5 degrees.
Goodness.
And it was snowing.
It ain't the snow you got to worry about. What's under that snow you got to worry about.
Yeah, that black
thunder?
ice.
Oh, yeah. Under. I thought you said thunder while it's snowing, but that's rare too. If it thunders in a snowstorm, that's very rare. Who's that meteorologist that owns 50% of the Weather Channel? He's been there since day one.
The guy that shows up with the hurricanes.
For hurricanes, yeah.
Ah, dang it. I can't think it. Yeah, he's synonymous with hurricanes. I can't think of his name. Somebody in the chat will remember him.
Yeah. Anyway, he was in a snowstorm one time reporting the weather and all that, and it thundered, and he got so excited. I think it was the second time he ever heard thunder during a snowstorm, because it's rare. It's rare to hear thunder because it doesn't thunder. No, not Neil Frank.
That's nothing edited said Neil Frank.
No, but she got question marks there too. It's Jeff. No, it's not. I want to say Jeff.
Steve Lyons?
No,
maybe?
No, it's the bald-headed guy, and he's a bodybuilder. Works out with weights and stuff. When he's got a T-shirt on.
Jim Cantori.
Yeah, Jim, not Jeff. Jim Cantori. That's it.
I had to Google it.
Yeah, Jim Cantori. That was him. He, like you said, he's synonymous with hurricanes. If he's in your town for hurricane season, look out. That's where the eye's coming.
What would we do without Google, man? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, we would probably remember a lot of stuff because we couldn't rely on Google. You know,
so
we had a better memory years and years before computers, the computer age, internet, and
we probably had better. We probably had better memories.
Yeah, because I used to remember all my friends' phone numbers, my nan's phone number, my grandma, all my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Nowadays, you got to remember station, you got it in here, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Some numbers that I should know, you know, automatically, I have to think about them for a minute. You know, like my mother-in-law's number. I think it's 2450 or something, I think. But that's not it.
Yeah, Jim Cantor, he's the hurricane man. Yeah, you don't want him showing up in your town because it's almost like he knows something we don't. He hits it a lot of time. Most of the time, he's usually there where it's happening, you know.
Right. And Nothing Edited said, I want a damn good muffalata for Christmas.
Boy, that smells good. I love mufaladas.
Oh yeah, you can.
I did a muffalata pizza one time. It was pretty good.
I like the way you say that, muffalata.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going home for Christmas or not. We may go home after Christmas.
Where's home?
Tennessee.
Nope, nowhere right now.
Tennessee.
Actually,
Okay.
I mean, he's moving to Tennessee. He just hadn't bought a house yet. He sold his house
Okay.
up, and he's from New Orleans, south of New Orleans, over
Okay.
there.
I got you.
Bell Chase, you know, by the tunnel and all that. That's where he's from.
Well, technically, it was Kenner, Louisiana, down there by St. Rose and stuff like that.
Okay. You're not too
Kenner.
far from me. I'm in Biloxi, about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours.
He's not that far from West Wego Boulevard and the airport and all that.
Yeah.
It's right across the bridge, West Wego.
Yeah. West Wego. And West Wego. Go west, young man. Go west.
We went to a Mardi Gras parade one time in West Wego, and the guy, I used to have some in-laws over there when I was married to my first wife. Her sister and husband lived over there, and we'd go every year to Mardi Gras. And this one time he took us to West Wego, and man, it was fun. And the guy's house that we went to, he was on a parade route, and he had the coolest house. He had a wet bar inside there, and it was up under a staircase, kind of like, I don't know. It was just, he owned a hardware store somewhere over there in West Wego. I remember that much. It was back in the 80s. Maybe not. No, it's probably the 80s. It was a long time ago. But
look what my cowgirl said right there. I don't like driving in the snow neither. And
I don't
nothing's like I said, she's a Baton Rouge girl. She said, "Me neither, Missy."
I don't even like driving in the rain, be honest with you. Especially interstate. I ain't got no problem around here, but interstate, I'll take the back roads or something.
Yeah.
Usually.
If it's real bad, I'll put the Jeep in high 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, I just avoid it, and me having to go over to Derek's every week, we don't always get a perfect day. So sometimes I do have to worry about rain and all of that crap, and I'll come back Highway 90 all the way, go through Pascagoula, Goshen, Ocean Springs to get home. And most time I'll take interstate. That's 45. Right. The longest it takes is 50 minutes from my driveway to his, Yeah. That's if I'm going under the speed limit.
Back roads, yeah.
We got a paid vacation coming. We're going to take it. We were at Cabela's one day this year on our anniversary, and they were running a special for like a 2 or 3 night stay somewhere for like $150.
A Cabela's?
Yeah, it was like a $600 package. Yeah. It was like a $600 package, and we're gonna take it down to New Orleans.
Yeah, they. So that's home you're gonna go to. Okay.
When I hear Raging Cajun, the first thing comes to my mind is Doug Kershaw.
Doug Kershaw, and Ron Guidry.
Yeah.
Louisiana Lightning, the pitcher for the New York Yankees that had a no-hitter season.
Doug Kershaw used to pop up on TV shows when I was growing up from time to time. He was just this wild, wild hair player, man. They called him the Raging Cajun.
Yeah, that wild hair. And I tell you what, he wasn't the best looking fella in the bunch, neither.
No, he wasn't, but he was quite the entertainer, man.
Oh yeah, man. When he first went to Nashville and all that to get on Grand Ole Opry. When he became real hot in the music industry at a young age, they fixed his hair and all that and everything. And man, it was raining outside or something. I forget, but he went out in the rain and was, like enjoying the rain, messed up all that TV makeup and his hairdo and all that mess, all that. I'd have to redo all of that.
Yeah, that's good old days, man. I always wonder if Sammy Kershaw was kin to him somewhere down the line, because Sammy Kershaw, I think, is from Louisiana. I think
he's from Kaplan. Me and him were raised together.
Okay, he had that. What was that one song he did years ago about the onion? The Sweet Vidalia.
Oh, Sweet Vidalia, yeah, Vidalia.
Yeah.
Me and Sammy used to work together. He worked for Rod Richard, and we worked for the same guy, same company. We was redoing Walmarts.
Okay.
you know, like doing additions and all that. That's before the super Walmarts were even thought of, or before uh, uh, they started coming out with them, building super Walmarts.
Yeah.
Isaiah said, "What is in the house?"
Isaiah said what? What's up? Isaiah said what? Yeah. Sammy Kershaw was born in Kaplan. That's right. Born and raised. I married my first wife was his niece. I married his niece. His niece-in-law. Okay. Train
Okay.
horns coming again. There's the engineer.
He's third
And I'll be
cousin.
back.
He's third cousin to singers Rusty and Doug. Okay. I always wondered that. Thanks for clearing that up. They don't look nothing alike, but they're related. A lot of people wouldn't know who Doug Kershaw is, but me being down here on the coast, you know, I mean, we knew all about him way back when.
Ain't the Kershaw knives branded from them?
Yes, Google is wonderful. What's that? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Isn't the Kershaw knife brand branded from them?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Google is wonderful for sure.
Most stuff, anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
Ken.
See you later.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be on much longer. I got to go join the good fellows here in a bit. About 8 minutes.
What time does Lance come on?
At 6 o'clock.
Oh, at 6? Okay, I thought it was 7. Oh, 7 Eastern.
Yeah, 7 his time, 6 my time.
Okay. How long he stays on?
He stays on that. You never know about that live. It can go 2 hours to 5 hours. I've seen it go 6 to 7 hours.
Like
it's whenever, you know. Kind of like mine was the other night.
If Puller Bear Ed's garage wouldn't be on, like on a Sunday, then I would just go over into his spot. You know, if I knew he wasn't coming on live on a Sunday at 6, you know, our time.
Yeah. Well,
I would just go his hour, you know, and fill in for him.
Well, the Goodfellows, there's 3 of them. He does 1 week, and then 805 Barbecue does it 1 week, and then Salt, Pepper, and Fire channel, John, he does it on the 3rd week, and then it goes back to Lance's channel, Sleeper Barbecue. They alternate every week.
Okay.
And so I'm not even sure who it is now. It's either Lance. I think it is.
I think it's Lance. Yeah, I think it is. That's what y'all were talking about Friday night.
I think we were
talking about it.
I don't go to all of them. Sometimes I'm actually busy on a Sunday. Sometimes I have to shoot a video on a Sunday, but I hadn't lately. So, you know.
Good chance next Thursday or Friday night I'm going to be going live.
Yeah, I wish T. Roy had made more videos. Well, he just settled in his new house, didn't he?
Yeah.
Troy?
Yeah. You'll probably see him again. He moved to New Mexico, and I heard he got rid of all of his smokers and pits.
But he didn't want to move all that stuff.
He didn't want to move it. He'd probably just get something else. You know, I know Troy, he ain't gonna quit altogether. He has too much fun with it.
Yeah. Troy was with us Friday night on Russ's live stream. He wasn't up in the panel, but he was
in the chat. He was in there for quite a while. He was in there, I know, a good 2 hours at least.
Yeah. Oh, at least. He was there for at least 3. I know he had, because I think for 30 minutes he kind of slipped out on us.
Yeah.
Because I had asked him a question, and then I noticed that he had came back like 30 minutes later or 40 minutes later, and I repeated the question. It was like, oh yeah, I know Lance Faru and Daddy Faru and them.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were talking about City Amico and all that with the pecans and stuff.
Troy's a good guy. I've met him 4 different times.
Yeah, man, he's from Port Allen, Louisiana, right there across the river from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I'm thinking Karen, his wife, must have retired because that's when they left Austin and went to New Mexico.
Yeah,
he's got a son there and grandbaby and all. That's the reason they moved there, to be closer to his family.
Oh, okay. Got he was, Baton Rouge area, Port Allen. Moved from there to Austin. Uh, got his channel, YouTube channel, going up and real good. And man, good videos. I mean, good food, like you.
Yeah.
Professionally made. Not like the videos I make. Now this latest video I made today. That's more. I don't have a background and stuff like that, but I just did it on the kitchen counter, and Missy was doing the camera work. We switched it. She
Yeah.
grabbed the camera from me, and then I presented the stuff, that we got in the mail for a Christmas present from the crew, bunch of guys in the community, in that YouTube community, the small engine mechanics, tool guys,
Mhm.
that community. So
When are you gonna post that video?
it's going to be published tonight.
Okay.
I
I'll
still
look
got to
for it.
edit make the title and in the description box and put links and all that stuff down in there and,
Yeah.
monetize it and all that
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I like I watch all kind of people. I watched one before coming on here. There's a couple out of Australia, and their channel name used to be Free Range Sailing, and they sailed around their whole country or continent or whatever. And I mean, years and years, and finally they finished it. They pulled their boat out and had all kind of work done to it, or did all kind of work to it, put it back in, did some more videos, and finally they announced they had it up for sale if anybody wanted it. Now they're actually on a farm, like homesteading, and I said, oh boy, that's gonna kill their channel, but it's not. I mean, people are taking right to it now. They're like, I don't know if it's their property or if they're just like homesteading, kind of like the old days where they're taking care of it and but they're growing things, they're growing gardens, they got livestock, they got animals, and they just fell right into that. Just like it's just as good content as it was the sailing videos when I used to watch those.
Mhm.
And
Right.
but I like watching. It's called Free Range Living now, and it's just a couple there, kind of middle age, I reckon. But I really like watching them. Good people. But I guess my point was no kind of there's nothing professional about it. It's just them two and their life, and they just do a really good job with it. I like watching videos like that myself.
Oh yeah, nothing. I've been to the bars in Port Allen a few times when I was living in Gross Tech.
Raid on Polar Bear. He's getting ready to go live, isn't he?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock, and he's almost never late. When it hits 6 o'clock, when his counter on his StreamYard side gets down to
Yeah.
0, boom. If somebody's talking, he said, "All right, guys, we're going live," and then everybody shuts up.
Yeah.
Backstage, and then he
Gotcha.
goes live. So we're gonna give Polar Bear Ed. I just put that link in the chat. We're gonna give him a raid here in a couple minutes, about 3 minutes. And then I'm going to be shutting it down. And then me and Russ are raising to be backstage for a couple of minutes. And then we'll go join the Raiders over there. And y'all make sure y'all put Cajun Raid in there, if y'all don't mind. He'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Percy Sleds, that's right.
It's like a
Percy
minute.
Sleds.
It's like a minute till 6 now.
A minute till 6. Yeah. That's what I got. So in a minute he will be live, and so we're gonna say our goodbyes. We're gonna start with you, Raging Cajun.
All right, everybody. Good to see you again, Cajun. Good to meet you, Russ.
Yeah, good to meet
But-
you.
Everybody go check out all these channels. Good channels. But like I always say, y'all keep those wheels spinning, you beavers grinning, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Russ?
Yeah, I appreciate everybody joining in and just listening. I enjoyed it. Boo, thank you again for inviting me on. Much appreciated. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend.
All right, everybody. Russ, appreciate you coming up. Raging Cajun, appreciate you coming up. Y'all look in the
Oh.
description box for a couple of video links, and y'all gonna see my two buddies there, Russ Jones and Big Rob with barbecue pit dog. Both of them as ribs on the grill this past week. Their latest videos on ribs. Russ was pork ribs, and Big Rob was beef ribs, beef backs. They called beef back ribs. So y'all go check him out also. Those two links are in the description box. All right. Appreciate everybody for coming in. And look, as always, it's good being north of the grass. Y'all be safe. As always, love, peace, and crackling grease. And we'll catch y'all later. Pluto.